Hey traders, it's Jeffrey here again with another great trade with the Algo IQ tools on the NinjaTrader 8 platform. This is from yesterday, January 5th. And coming into the market in the early morning, it was clear that the NASDAQ was in an uptrend. And so the basic tools are going to give me great moves from the outside of these parabolic bands to the midline and the opposite side. Now, when I see a very strong trending direction and the market is all the way at the top of the bands if it is a long, or the bottom of the bands if the market is trending short, I'm going to first look to take a move to the midline. It's less likely that the market is going to really stop a raging freight train and go all the way to the other side. Sometimes it happens. For example, over here, we moved all the way from the outside to the other side of the band, but it was an up-moving market, and this would have been a great trade to get in on. Even though we weren't outside of the bands, I probably would have jumped in on this one and written it up. But in this case, I'm looking for when price moves outside of the bands, I start to see my get ready signals. Those are the triangles either down or up. And then when I see the orange square, that is my momentum signal. That is the signal to get in the trade going short or long. It's extra confirmation when I get the down line as well. And I could just enter at market here or potentially wait until a slight rollover. So let's go ahead and start the playback. As you can see, price has come down. I've got my entry signal. Price is retracing a tiny bit. So then I'm looking over at my right-hand chart. By the way, if you look at the way I have things set up, I'm following the guidelines of the developer, Christopher. And these are great settings to be able to trade the NASDAQ. I'm going to release more settings on some of the different markets, but let's start with NASDAQ first because that's what most of us are trading. And I use two charts. For the bigger picture to find my entries, I'm looking for the excursion outside of the outer bands, the super bands, and I call that the AIQ left-hand chart. And for entries and managing the trade, I'm using the right-hand chart. So in this case, after price has moved outside, come back in, I get my entry signal, we get it on both charts. I'm looking for price to start to move down and have a close of another bar down, or at least be below the midline over here. If price is starting to hook back up, I'm going to wait until it starts to come down on the right-hand chart. So let's go ahead and get the playback going again. So as you can see, price is moving down. We're well below the midline over here. I'm going to go ahead and enter and get right in. Now, the way I manage my trades, I will always put 3 targets on, 3 micros. I'll pull my first target right down to just above the midline. Remember, we're in an uptrend. I'm pretty confident and secure that this is going to get back to midline. And if it reaches further, I'll take advantage of it. And sometimes I might put 2 targets at the midline trade and just go for 1 at the outside band. But let's go ahead and see how this played out. We'll speed it up a little bit. And as you can see, very quickly, we get even another signal. So if you didn't get in on the trade, you had another opportunity to get in. Had a little bit of a retracement. We're not taking any heat. We're still at, if you can see, 100, 125 ticks. And as we start to get closer to the midline, we're up at 200 ticks in 5 to 10 minutes, okay? This program is fantastic. These indicators are just predicting the moves day after day after day. When I get my first target, I'll immediately go to break even plus a little bit and even start to trail on the right-hand chart. The way I can trail this is once we start to move down, I can pull it behind 1 or 2 bars back. In this case, I want to see a bar move below my entry, and then I'll start to trail. So let's go ahead and see how far we get down with this one. In order to do that, we're going to have to pass the midline. And we got stopped out right at the midline. So quick trade, a couple of hundred ticks. If it were a long trade and we started out at the bottom, I would have tried to ride it all the way up to the other side. But in this case, very happy to take a few $100 off with a couple of my targets, all at the midline. That's it. For more information on the entire program, go to algo-iq.com. You can email us at info@algo-iq.com. We are just starting to grow the YouTube channel, so please like and subscribe. If you have any further questions, you can email me directly or reach out to me directly. If you have any questions on the program costs and the subscriptions, and as I said, we are right in the middle of coding and writing this for the TickBlaze platform as well, which we're really excited to bring, and we will start to create more and more content on the use of these on NQ every single day, as well as some other instruments going forward. Great to be with you again. We'll see you in the next one.